Bryan Swanson because he removes animals, but he doesn't kill them. And so I did an episode of Breaking Bobby Bones with Bryan. Hey, Bryan, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Hey, pretty good. I got a question for you. We've got some foxes, and it's a whole family of them, multiple. And they've been in our yard, and one of my dogs is a hound dog, and she's all the time. And there are little dead animals all in my yard too, like little rats and these foxes, I guess, gather. And so I'd mentioned on the show that I want to get rid of the foxes, but I don't want to kill them. And then people said to me, why would you want to get rid of the foxes? So can I ask you that first? Why would I want to get rid of these foxes?
Well, I mean, if your dog's in danger, like if your dog goes to attack the fox, then that could be an issue. You know, I don't know how big your dog is, but they do hold their own, and they do carry rabies. So that would be a reason to get rid of the foxes.
I mean, that's enough right there, right?
Yeah.
The rabies. And do foxes, what are these little mice or little rodents? Do they kill little things and drag it to their home? What's happening in my yard? Do you know?
Yeah, they're leaving you little presents. They're like, here,
Yeah,
this is from me.
I don't like the present. It's one of the worst presents I ever had. So they all rolled together, and I was talking to my wife about trying to get rid of them. And she was like, I don't want to get rid of them if we have to kill them. And I said, so you'd rather leave them? She goes, I'd rather take them, trap them as a family, and then put them in the woods as a family. Do you have like a family trapping kit or something, Bryan?
So when we relocate our animals, we always try and bring them to the same place. So yeah, if we set enough traps, we can generally get most of the family together. But yeah, we always, that's one of our missions is always to keep a family together.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to get you out of my house to try to trap these foxes or something because they're morning, night. Eddie's seen them.
Oh, yeah,
They're
a lot
big.
of them.
They roll. They're big. I think they're getting bigger. I think they're inviting friends over. It's like a house party sometimes. Like, I don't know what to do. How hard are foxes to trap?
They are one of the most difficult animals to trap.
Great.
They're very big on scent. So if they smell anything that spooks them, they're not going to go anywhere near that trap.
Is there any way I can just become friends with them? Like,
That's cool.
I form a bond. Like, everybody zigs, and they trap them and get rid of them, or they kill. What if I, like, zag, and I leave little treats and little notes that say, guys, chill. You know? Is there any way?
I mean, they might be receptive. I mean, they are leaving you gifts. I mean, so they reached out first.
Okay. So then I can call you, and maybe you can come over and trap these things for me?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
we can be there today.
well, a little quick.
Wow. You're not ready to say goodbye that
Well,
fast?
we need to have proper goodbyes first. You know, we need to have a moment. We've spent like 5 months over at the house, like trying to get rid of them. What are you gonna say?
Well,
Amy?
that's sweet. Did you hear what he said? I never thought of it this way. They're bringing you gifts. When they leave you the mice, it's a gift to you.
Bobby doesn't want
But
the
they're
mice.
ripped in half, and their
Okay,
eyes
but-
are ripped out,
but-
and they're
Yeah.
even half eaten.
But Brian's saying that's a thing, right? That's what cats do. They bring home little treats.
They do. Yeah.
See?
That's
They like you.
They have
their
rabies.
currency. They don't have money. They have mice and rats.
Abby has some questions for
Rabbit.
Bryan, which, by the way, you guys can go to animalsremoved.com. That's Bryan's company, where they specialize in trapping animals and then humanely putting them back out in nature, not killing them. Abby, what would you like to ask Bryan?
Hello, Bryan. Okay, so what if you find like an injured animal in your yard or like a baby without its mom? What are you supposed to do?
So it depends on where you live, but there's this amazing place called Walden's Puddle. They're up in Jolton, Tennessee, and they rehab wildlife, either orphan babies or injured animals, everything from, they have owls there, they have deer, they have everything. So if you find something that's injured or orphaned, then they can help, and they're literally angels out there. We go out there, volunteer, and help them out as much as we can, but they take care of all that.
So our show's heard all over the country. Are there usually places like centers like this in different cities?
Yeah. So we're up in we're down in Chattanooga. We're up in Kentucky now, and we find local rehabbers, and each state will have a list of licensed rehabbers, because not just anyone can rehab a baby squirrel. It's actually against the law, but if they have their permit to do so, they can do that. And there's usually a list that you can find and help those babies out.
Abby, what else you have for him?
Okay, so I got back from vacation once and I got home and I have a wreath on my front door and there was a bird's nest with like 4 eggs in it. And I was like, if I move it, will the mom ever come back? So I didn't touch it, and then it was on my front door, and I was going in and out. So, but would it have come back if I did move it?
So no bird ever came back?
Oh, yeah. No, well, I didn't move the nest because I didn't want, the mom to abandon it. So it did come
You did the
back.
right thing because technically there's only 3 species of birds that you can even touch their eggs: pigeons, starlings, and sparrows. If there's any other species, you can get in big trouble. Even like just a blue jay or robin, they're all protected. So you have to leave them. The moms will usually come back and take care of them.
So what does that mean? You leave it forever? They just own it's a squatter? They just live in your house?
Yeah.
They live on your door now?
That's it. If they're a protected species and they made a nest, then they're there.
That sucks.
And what does he mean, like big trouble, jail time?
Yeah.
Fine, probably.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a federal thing.
Then what do I
Wow.
do? If there's a bird, there's a blue jay on my front door that built a nest, do I call somebody or do I just go, well, that sucks?
Well, that sucks.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
I'm going to put a
Yeah,
curtain
my-
up and get rid of a
my
nest.
neighbors
No one's
My
going to see
neighbors
that.
have turkey vultures on their roof all the time, and they poop all over it. But you can't do anything to a turkey vulture. Like it's protected.
What if you go to prison for that? What are you in for? Turkey vulture.
Mm-hmm.
You probably ain't getting treated well in prison if that's the case.
I touched it.
Abby, one more question for Bryan?
Okay, so, well, how do you get over like a fear or a phobia of like snakes, lizards, frogs, like any moving creature or bugs outside?
So that's funny you ask, because I'm teaching my son. My son's 4 years old, and he caught his first snake just this last week in our garage. So we had the garage door open, a snake must have got in. It was like a tiny milk snake, sticking around as a pencil. But he caught it, and he's holding it, and I said to him, it's going to bite you, but it won't hurt. So he let it bite him, and he first went like, and he's like, wait, it doesn't hurt. And he started laughing. I said, that's right. So not all snakes are bad. There's only, here in Tennessee, we only have 4 species that are venomous. But so he's already over his fear of snakes. He's wanting to go hunt and find snakes with me now.
So if you're
So
scared
all
of
you
it,
have to do
let it
is
bite you.
hold
That's
a
not gonna
tiny
work for me.
snake.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, foxes. Okay, come here, buddies.
Bite me.
Okay, so we learned a lot about animals, and I learned we've got to get Bryan out to the house to get rid of these foxes humanely. Animalsremoved.com is Bryan's website. Bryan Swanson of Complete Animal Removal. Bryan, thank you for your time and your knowledge, and I will be seeing you soon.
That sounds great.
All right,
Have a
there he
great
is.
day.
All right, Bryan, see you, buddy.
Bye.
It's about